Dangers of Hydraulic Fracking by Jordan Santayana. What is hydraulic fracturing? Fracking is the process of injecting liquid at a high pressure into subterranean rocks, boreholes, etc., so as to force open existing fissures and extract oil or gas. So I provided a picture to kind of give you a better idea of how this works out. First thing that you're going to notice is the truck that is carrying fracking chemicals to and from the drilling rig. Once these chemicals arrive at the drilling rig, they are mixed with millions of gallons of water, and then they're pressurized down the drilling well to exfoliate all the way down to this Marcellus Shale formation. This is also known as the fracking zone, and this is where natural gas is extracted from. So you can see the dangers of the fracking zone because they are very close to drinking water aquifers, and they have the potential to pollute the waters there. The waters can be polluted with methane, which is released from fracking, and also the highly toxic fracking chemicals that are used to exfoliate down to the Marcellus Shale formation. How is fracking harmful? The effects of methane and hydraulic fracturing chemicals contaminating your water source are severe. It causes your water supply to become dirty and flammable, and also induces serious health risks. 75% of chemicals used could affect your skin, eyes, and other sensory organs. 40 to 50% could affect the brain, kidneys, nervous, cardiovascular, and immune system. 37% could affect endocrine system, and 25% can cause cancer and mutations. Fracking is detrimental to us and our environment. The fracking industry is severely unregulated due to Congress excluding the industry from the Safe Drinking Water Act. It is important to note wildlife near fracking sites are also affected by polluted water. Induced seismic events, or earthquakes, are proven to be caused by the injection of fluids in the fracking process. Also, of the 632 chemicals used in fracking, only 353 of them are disclosed to the public. Common misconceptions of hydraulic fracturing. Some people will say fracking is the key to energy self-sufficiency in the U.S. While this may be true, regulation of fracking would only raise the production cost a mere 7%. I've also heard natural gas is better for the environment because it releases less CO2 into the atmosphere than coal mining. While CO2 levels may be lower, extracting natural gas releases methane that will inevitably leak from its extraction point. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change reports methane is a far more potent greenhouse gas. The most ridiculous opposing view I've heard is that fracking is actually harmless to the environment. Many of the environmental fears of fracking are due to fear of modern technology or misunderstanding of the process. The most easily accessible source to prove this opposition wrong would be the findings of the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, who concluded that a detailed investigation on multiple fracking sites and found that it causes dangerous pollution. We need regulation to repeal the oil and gas exemptions from the Safe Drinking and Water Act, to prevent the contamination of local water supplies by selection and application of well sites, to enforce green fracking fluids, and to minimize the trauma of induced seismic events and sinkholes. Visualizing a change. With regulation, we could enforce stricter environmental rules to preserve our beautiful lands. We could also minimize water pollution and prevent deadly chemicals from entering our waters. Finally, with regulation, we'll protect the people from cancer and other known health effects associated with fracking. Getting involved is easy. My single thing I ask the audience is to spread the word. Fracking is relatively new and never receives coverage on social media platforms and scarcely talked about in political debates. Spread the word and keep the momentum of the anti-fracking movement going.